My name is Shakir Conacher and I'm a CIS major. So in this tutorial video, I'll demonstrate how to create a pivot table in Excel using a set of data. A pivot table allows you to extract significant details from a large data set. Pivot tables summarize data and is a good way to quickly see all values that appear in a field and also find typos and inconsistencies. So to start, we're going to use data from Airbnb, a company that has to do with leasing or renting short-term lodging, including hotel rooms or apartments. So in the Excel file, make sure you have the Airbnb tab selected. And after this, you want to select all the data. So to select all the data, you want to press this little triangle in the top left corner of the worksheet and it'll select all the data for you. To insert a pivot table, you want to click the insert ribbon and press pivot table. So we have the data already selected and we want to insert the pivot table into a new worksheet. Press OK. Data select. Now the pivot table has been loaded, but we have to choose what data we want to see. So over here on the pivot table fields box, you can see a couple of options. You want to scroll down and drag neighborhood into columns, and then you want to scroll down and drag room type into rows, and then you want to select price and drag it down into sum values. Next, since we don't want to see the sum of the prices, we want to see the averages. You want to change sum of price to averages. So select value field settings, change sum to average, and we want to see the average values with 2 decimal places. So to do that, we want to click on number format and click on number, and we want to make sure the decimal places is set to 2. So once it's set to 2, press OK and press OK again, and now you can see that our values are set to 2 decimal places. So now we have all of this data in this pivot table, but we're not entirely interested in all of it. So we can add filters to view data that we want to see. We want to insert a filter on the minimum nights to restrict the view to hosts that have a minimum of 2, 3, and 4 nights. To do this, you want to drag minimum nights into the filter section. After, you want to click on this little triangle that appears after minimum nights, and you want to click on select multiple items and then uncheck the all box, and now we want to select 2, 3, and 4 nights and then press OK. So now we have the data filtered and can see all the data we want. To make a visual representation of the data, we can create a pivot chart that uses data from the table. To do this, select the Insert ribbon at the top and then select Pivot Chart. Now, there are many options for these pivot charts, but what we want is a clustered column pivot chart, and that's just the first option that pops up. So now we have the clustered column option selected, so press OK. And now you can see that the data is in an organized chart. So that concludes my tutorial video on pivot tables. If you need extra guidance on pivot tables, you can visit Microsoft's help website on pivot tables. and here it'll tell you, it will give you help on how to construct pivot tables and pivot charts, and it shows you exactly what you need to do to create pivot tables. So, thank you for watching my video.